Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your pal Cal here, and I'm doing a weekly update right now from the Storm Wrestling Academy from my hidden bunker, thousands of leagues below sea level. Doing this update to, keep everybody informed of what's been going on here, like I said I was going to. I have a lot more energy today than I did last week, and also there's no kids screaming upstairs, though there may be some dogs screaming in a little bit. That much is very possible. Basic update on, what's been going on with me. I hope things have been going well for all of you, though there's nothing away in this format that you would even be able to tell me how things are going for you. So I guess in reality, it doesn't really matter how things are going for you because this is my show. So, training this week, things are starting to really move in a position a lot better. I think our class is really starting to gel together a lot more, there was already, I was getting along with everybody, but I feel like now it's like really starting, we're all starting to really understand that we're all in this together and we're all here to help each other and we're all here to be friends and we're in this together for the long haul. So offering advice to each other and offering little pointers and pointing out little, missteps that we see that we each other take, and asking each other opinions on how good a bump was or a hold was. And actually just getting to know each other, that's starting to happen more. The class format, the circuits that we've been running in the beginning, with all the cardio and stuff like that, it was 45 seconds, then we get a 45-second break. Now we're doing 60 seconds, and there's no breaks in between sets. So that has been getting very, very tiring for me. Again, not many other people seem to be struggling with that. But seeing as I'm probably the biggest outsider as far as the world of physical fitness goes, I know I go to the gym, but compared to these guys, it's tough for me to keep up. But I think I'm keeping up, decently. The best part about it is we've been learning real wrestling stuff. The first time. I mean, my friend Kevin he's from Tennessee. Every single day at training, there's always a moment where he comes up to me and he slap me and be like, dude, we're fucking wrestlers. Now that we're actually getting into the real beginning stages of how to wrestle, how to take the wrist and how to reverse the wrist and how to get a hammer lock and how to do a go behind and how to do a takedown, how to do front face locks, front wrist locks. It's just, and a lot of it is, difficult to even remember right now as I'm talking about it. A lot of it just kind of comes with us doing over and over and over again. One of the drills that he'll run with us is we just get in and we just start doing holds, and he'll just tell us what to do, from there. Grab the wrist, reverse it, go behind, take him down, put him in a hammer lock, get up, do it again, blah, blah, blah. And just, it's a good way of keeping us trying to memorize all this stuff. And like I said, Storm is incredibly good at getting into the real science and understanding behind why we do what we do and how to do it, and how to do it so that you protect yourself and you protect your opponent. These are all things that have always been really important to me watching as a wrestling fan, and I've always thought that I was one of the few that was very nitpicky about what I see. I was one of the first people that I know of in my life. I'm not saying I was the first ever. I was the first ever person to say that Seth Rollins, I don't know if you can see that, I'm wearing this shirt right now, actually wasn't as good a heel as everybody said he was, because his moveset was so babyface, it's impossible not to cheer him and impossible not to like and respect him, though I do love his heel voice. Come on, John! It's a terrible impression. Why is a heel a heel? What makes a good guy and what makes a bad guy, and he talks a lot about that, and so we're really getting into just the basics of understanding how to work a crowd. Well, we haven't really talked a lot about it, but he's been showing as we go. Why we sell what we sell, how to not oversell, but how to not undersell, and how to play to your own strengths and your own weaknesses. For instance, I'm a smaller guy, so I have to learn more technical wrestling holds because I have to outsmart people who are bigger than me, and most everybody is going to be bigger than me. And I don't want to be a flashy guy, really. I want to be flashy in a technical sense, if that makes any sense. He showed me a really cool, he showed us, rather, a really cool reverse out of wrist lock, and he showed how William Regal would get out of the wrist lock, and he would show how he would turn it into a drop toe hold. I'm just able to really digest a lot of this easily because I think his outlook on the wrestling business is not identical to mine, but very similar to mine. He is not so keen to much of the comedy stuff, but I mean, the thing is, he likes comedy. He actually loves comedy, but he's not really into the wrestling like Chikara and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla that sometimes make what he would call mockery of the business by kind of exposing it. And I think I disagree with him on that level a little bit. I do believe that comedy wrestling and kind of making fun of wrestling in itself can exist and should exist, especially in this era where kayfabe is pretty much gone. Although I would like to bring back kayfabe. You know, I like the way that Chris Jericho handles kayfabe. He does a very good job of really acting like, you know, he can still be himself in public, but he still refers to Kevin Owens as his best friend and stuff like that. So yeah, working on that physical training. I'm trying to get in the gym more, but I'm blowing up so hard, and like I said, I'm having trouble keeping up with other people, but I'm just trying to push myself through that and let myself know that, you know, you gotta go at your own pace, but, you know, you do have to push yourself, and I am pushing myself, but you also can't push yourself so hard that you can't go, you know, that you can't keep up. You don't want to blow yourself completely out. My abs are so sore. Just one in particular, just my bottom right one is just like painful. What else have I been up to? I've decided that I want to watch an episode of Star Trek Next Generation every day when I get back from training. You know, it's a show that I really like, and I've always liked it, but I never watched much of it. So a while ago, when I was still home, Bren and I were actually watching it from episode 1, but we only got maybe 6 or 7 episodes in, and then, you know, who knows what happens. I was working a lot that time, that could have been it, but regardless, I didn't watch as much of it as I wanted to, so I kind of made a point to myself, said it's going to be my little after-school special. And I remember actually Star Trek... One of the Star Treks, it may have even been Next Generation, used to be on Spike TV or TNN when I would get home from school back when I was like really getting into wrestling in like 2002 or 2003. 2002, I want to say. So, I'm kind of bringing that back, only now I'm actually paying attention. I didn't like it when I was a kid, because I was staunchly Star Wars when I was a kid, because I was an idiot. I just watched an episode where, Q came back and he like gave Riker, who still doesn't have a beard, which like annoys me, gave him like all of Q's power, and was kind of like seeing how humans would react with that power or whatever. And he was giving everybody their greatest wish, like he made Wesley Crusher like an adult and everything, who oddly doesn't look anything like Will Wheaton. Much more jacked and chiseled. Everybody kind of started denying, like even Geordie LaForge got his like vision, and he was like, but then they were like, he was like, it's not really me, it'd be fake, I don't wanna. And so, album of the week this week, I'm choosing Dragon Force's, what is it called? Oh, no, you gotta be kidding me. Some album of the week, huh? I don't even know the fucking name. Maximum Overload. That's their album from 2014. Okay. I really wanted to talk about this album. I know it's a bit of a controversial opinion to put Dragon Force on a list, but I'll tell you why. This has been a source of never-ending inspiration for me, and I think Dragon Force tries to be inspirational, and I think it really works here, specifically with the song Tomorrow's Kings. Tomorrow's Kings just assaults you with this just really upbeat attitude, and the chorus just tells you to take a shot at your dreams, otherwise it's gonna pass you up and you're gonna be really fucking pissed off about it. Listening to that has, when I was getting ready to come here, and now that I'm here, has given me, you know, a lot of inspiration. That's picked me up a lot. And there's a whole bunch of other great songs out there. The Sun Is Dead is another one of my favorites on there. Extraction Zone has a really cool 8-bit part in it that I suggest any of my video game fans to listen to. And there's even a cover of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire, which, if you're a fan of Johnny Cash and you don't like metal, I would not listen to, because you're going to be really pissed off. I love it, and I like it a lot more than Johnny Cash is. I know, you can fucking shoot me. So anyway, that is my album of the week, Dragon Force. It's fast, it's heavy, it's uplifting. That's 2 power metal albums in a row, actually. I'm not always going to do power metal, it seems to be what is keeping me going right now, is optimistic music. I've also been playing my Vita a lot, for those of you who know. I'm a huge proponent for the PlayStation Vita. And just today, I started a game in Borderlands 2, which is totally for the PlayStation Vita. Oh god, I'm actually in the middle of something right now. Oh, it's a boss battle too. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off for now. And I'm not even a fan of Borderlands really, but just to have a game like that, of that caliber, you know, on handheld like that is pretty incredible. The port is, it's a little hairy, the frame rate isn't great, took out a lot of the features, like, you know, enemies just kind of explode into red mist and go away. I understand though, it's hardware limitations, and it is fun, I'm enjoying it. I've also been playing Harvest Moon Boy and Girl, which came out for the PlayStation Portable originally. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I never know what the fuck I'm doing in the Harvest Moon game, but I'm really trying this time to figure it out. I know, it's funny, I can, you know, play Medieval 2 and run an entire empire and run multiple attacks and siege castles and stuff like that and command entire armies, yet I can't seem to figure out how to run a fucking farm. So I have this recipe of mine that I like to refer to as mud pasta. I call it that because it's essentially just any pasta with baked beans on top of it, and it just looks like shit, but it tastes great. And it's got lots of carbs and lots of protein and stuff in it and everything. So I had some of that already made today, but I've had this fettuccine alfredo that I really wanted to eat, and I didn't feel like heating up noodles, so I ended up just pouring the alfredo on top of these barbecue baked beans and penne pasta, and it made this really, really weird, made me really feel gross. Like, I think I'm a gross person. Week 2 is all over. Only 10 more to go. I'm going to be training harder, going to be getting into better shape, going to be learning more and more about pro wrestling, and by the end of this, I may just come out a pretty decent pro wrestler. A pretty green pro wrestler, but decent. So anyway, I'm going to try a new outro thing right here. Let's see if I can remember how it goes. Now don't you change, and don't you pout. This is Calvin Michael Strange, signing out. It's so stupid.